think Blake should go.
Well, I'm going to answer Blake with telling you one more thing about the
Yes.
Wolves, because what we have seen, you talk about this being a players' league, is increasingly teams are built through personal friendships, and I find that fascinating. And Jimmy says he is going to be recruiting like a boss for guys to come to the Wolves. And the names we hear, by the way, one of them is Kyle Lowry. So if friendships become the thing that builds teams, I'm looking forward to the day when Jay Billis and Tom Penn and these guys at their draft research and draft special start talking about height, weight, wingspan, points per game, and relationships.
Yeah.
Who are your friends? Because if you factor that in, like, there's no way a guy like Frank Ntilikina should go ahead of a guy like Dennis Smith, 8 and 9 this year. A guy coming from France doesn't have the friendships that a guy in the United States might have. And if that's a key component to putting 2 or 3 guys together, let's start figuring out who's buddies with who. Now for Blake, how does that impact Blake? Who I don't know who Blake's friends are, by the way. That seems to be an issue.
Kia.
He's from Texas.
I don't know. What does Blake want to do? Does Blake want to win? That's the main question. Because if you want to win, I don't know why you stay in L.A. You stay in L.A. because you like the town. You stay in L.A. because you want to be a star. You stay in L.A. because you want to have big stats. And Blake can put up big stats with him being the man. The man. But does he want to win? If he wants to win, there are 2 teams being talked about, and that's the Thunder and the Spurs. Thunder would have to make some kind of trade because their cap situation is horrendous. Spurs got room. And Devin Booker and Bledsoe and that's an interesting team. And I think that's the first team he's meeting with, right? That's the first team Blake's going to go talk to, the Suns.
And he should go, you said the Suns. Yeah, you know, I was just thinking, is there any room in San Antonio? Is there anybody is they looking to put something in San Antonio? I'm just thinking about places.
Everybody's looking to put something somewhere. Yeah. What can you move out is the question.
The reason I say that is because going through and being a veteran player, you want to be with a coach. You want to be with a coach, you want to be with a place that understands that. San Antonio would understand it. If they could work something to get in Blake Griffin, it would change the way things go. They, one, know how to reserve his body, because they're great at that. They even got fined and in trouble for saving their players' bodies. I think going to a place, like I mentioned, the coach, it was warm. He said, but don't they play inside? Yeah, but that's only 2 hours a day. So I think in the mentality, slow down mentality. It's not such a rush like Los Angeles. They've already won championships, so they're not saying you better win us another one. They understand that it takes time. I think Blake needs to go to a place that fits his future personality, not just now.
What about the Thunder? What do you think about that fit?
Well, the only reason I say that is you're going to go down there and he is playing, and Westbrook is not very vocal. And he's kind of quiet and recluse, so I don't know what that does for him.
I like the way you think, John. I've been with you for a week now. We've been sitting here, and when you talk about players moving, you usually talk to adding to the super teams we already have. So in other words, Cleveland, San Antonio. And the one thing I like about that is, while I've been a critic of the super team for the past year because I don't like predictability, I don't like knowing at the outset of the season that it's going to be the Warriors and Cavs, because it all feels like, what's the point? Let's just go ahead and get there if that's the end result.
Why do you think kids sneak around and look in closets for their Christmas gifts? No one wants to know that day. They want to know right before. They like predictability.
We need drama. We need unpredictability. But I do like the idea of 4 or 5 super teams. I do like the idea of superstars coalescing on about 4 or 5 teams, be it Boston, San Antonio, Cleveland, the Warriors, Houston, to now create some, at least we can get some playoff drama in the conference finals and semifinals. But I don't see it in San Antonio for Blake. I like the Thunder, Cassie. It makes sense, right? He went to OU. It sounds high-flying to be Russ and Blake again. And I say again because that's what we pictured with Lob City as well, high-flying. But I just don't – look at this. This cap is a mess. It's $22 million to Steven Adams, $21 million to Victor Oladipo, almost $18 million to Enes Kanter. What do you move out that the Clippers go, because it's got to be a sign and trade.
Right, multiple.
Yeah, and so what do the Clippers say? What do they want? What are they going to take for Blake on this? These aren't future-type players. These are already maxed-out type players. And I don't see that happening. It's just I don't see Oklahoma City. I just can't make the math work on Oklahoma City.
But here's the thing. This is what teams are doing, mortgaging it all so they can compete with the Warriors because they are the team to gun.